I'm going to teach you how to draw Scooter the bird. You just need a pencil and an eraser, piece of paper, and colored pencils. I'm using red, orange, blue, yellow, and black. I like Prismacolor because they're a little easier to blend, but any colored pencil will do. So to start off with making Scooter, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to sketch out a rough outline of his body. So I'm going to do a line up and a hump and back down. And then I'll kind of bring that back around this way and connect it over here to make his kind of stub of a tail. And then he has a really big eye. So I'm gonna do that not quite in the very middle of his head, but pretty close. Like that. And his pupil right in the middle there. And then his beak starts kind of almost directly across from his eye. And I'm gonna start inside his body and I'm gonna bring it out and make like a big hook and come back over here and another line, and I'm just gonna kind of narrow it as I get farther out. So it should look something like that. And then I'm gonna very lightly sketch his arms because I don't really want these to, the lines to show up quite as well. So I'm gonna bring them out this way because he is gonna be riding a scooter. And just do a few little bumps there for his fingers. And on the other side, part of his arm is going to be hidden because it's behind his body. So I'll just do part of his arm like that. And lastly, I'm going to draw his scooter. So I'm going to draw his handlebar right here. And front part coming down like this. I'm going to do it just a little bit past his body. And then I'm going to do a wheel here at the end of my line, just a rough outline of one. And then I'll do his scooter where his feet will go in just a second here. And it's pretty simple, just a line across. And his other wheel, another just like really, really rough circle. And then I'm going to draw his feet. So I'm going to do one foot right about here. And the other kind of extending back here. So now the last thing I'm going to do before I start using my colored pencil is I'm going to kind of just lightly sketch where I want his blue fur to end and his orange and yellow fur, or feathers, I guess, to begin. So now I'm just going to start coloring in. And I'm going to kind of make it textured like this so he looks more fluffy. And right here by the beak, I'm going to kind of fade it in just so that way when I go over it with black, it'll blend together. Okay, and then I also probably should have done this before I put my pencil down. I'm gonna also sketch a light line around this way just because his feathers over here will be yellow, but in here will be orange. So I'm gonna start out with my yellow and actually I'm gonna lighten this line just a little bit with my eraser. So that way, not quite as visible through there. Okay, and then my orange. And this I'm gonna overlap with my yellow. And you could have also lightened that line too if you wanted to. And again, his arms are going to be a different color, so I'm just going to kind of fade it in just a second here. So I'm just going to go part way down with the orange. So now I'm going to take my red and I'm going to kind of just go over this orange some and fill in his arms. And I'm going to take my orange again and go back over just to kind of soften that line between the red and the orange, so it looks a little more blended. And I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow, going over this line here to kind of blend those two together. And then I'm going to take my black colored pencil, and I'm going to come in this way. Color his beak, and once again, go over that with the blue some to kind of fade it in. And I'm gonna go back over this blue just to make it a little more vibrant. And then I'm going to kind of trace over where his eye is with the black. Like so. And I'm going to trace over my pencil lines that I did for his scooter. And his legs. I'm going to leave this circle in here white for now because I'm going to come back and color that in red. And then I'm just gonna really quick, just to make everything a little bit more vibrant, I'm just gonna go back over all my colors one more time, pressing a little bit harder. And if you are using Prismacolors, I don't have one on me, but they do have these like colored pencils that are specifically meant to blend, and I always like using those as well. That's what I used on my original drawing of Scooter, and that's how my colors blended just a little bit better than they are right now. And there you go, finished Scooter.